All right, Dylan, this time it is working properly, so we can try and pick up to talk about what you were going to talk about.
All right, let's do it again.
We're gonna. We might as well have it. Sean, can you confirm us on? I'm on now. Okay, brilliant. So we might as well have it out now, Dylan. I know you were being a little bit frosty earlier because you had a bone to pick with me about a video a couple of years ago with Larry.
Listen, Ben, I'm a man, you're a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm on about, so let's forget and let's move on.
Okay.
Because I said what I said.
Yeah.
You cut it out or whatever happened to the camera, so let's move on.
I've got fans commenting now, so we'll go with their questions. I just want to say to everybody, me and Dylan did a really good interview, but it didn't record for some reason. It didn't come through to you all. So he said a lot of good things, interesting stuff that unfortunately has been lost. You were talking, Dylan, you're actually a fan of the multiple belt situation.
Yeah, I'm a fan of multiple belt situation because look, this is my thinking and my take behind it. If there's only one champion, he's got all 5 belts. That's my whole good year showing. You might fight 2-3 times a year.
Yeah.
But if there's 2 or 3 champions, that's 6 fights a year or more. 6 good level champion versus the number 1 contender for
according
the belt.
to the sanctioning body, at least.
Yeah, it's good heavyweight title fights around, and that's what we need. We don't need just one guy having a belt, picking and choosing who he wants to fight because he's the boss.
Guys getting frozen out at the time.
Yeah, that's it. You know, and then fights take long time to make. No.
Well, you asked me why I wasn't. You asked me to justify why I didn't agree with that and why I wasn't a fan of it. Well, because I think a good fight is a good fight, and if 2 guys want to see 2 guys fight, like you and AJ or anybody else, or Deontay Wilder and AJ, whether Fury's a real world champion or not, that should be box office. People should buy into the personalities of fighters, and you should still make your money. There are certain non-title fights could be bigger than world title fights if the gate's bigger and the interest is bigger, and one's pay-per-view, maybe a routine title defence is not. We've become obsessed with this belt to put value on it, and I don't think we need that because boxing is boxing.
Boxing is boxing, but heavyweight title is the greatest trophy in sports.
But it's been devalued surely from when it was the richest prize in sport.
It hasn't been devalued, man. Why would it be devalued? You explain to me, why would it be devalued? Explain.
Because
break it down to me.
Jack Dempsey or Joe Lewis or Rocky Marciano or Muhammad Ali were the men, or Sonny Liston, they were the men.
They can't live forever.
Deontay Wilder can't walk around like he's the man.
They can't live forever though.
They can't, but you asked me to justify the devaluation.
But now, I'm not going back at your point.
Yeah.
Joe Lewis, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, they're legends. Those legends of their day. It's time for us to build the new legend of our time and our era. So,
but it's harder to do it. If I went round with a picture of Deontay Wilder on the streets today, as we go around Stratford now, how many people are going to recognise him?
So what? He's WBC champion. Could you win a WBC title? Or could 90% of the population win a WBC title?
I don't know. Probably not. But I've sparred a WBC. I've been in the ring with a WBC champion.
I know.
I've been in the ring with one.
There's no doubt.
And he was nearly as big as you too.
I'm not doubting that.
Yeah.
I'm not doubting that. But what I am saying to you is, it's a hard thing to do.
Sure.
And if Joe Lewis is around now, and you avoid him, then you can say he's a crap champion. But he's fighting with the area him to fight. You know, and that's it. You have to respect.
As you know, he's defended it 25 times, and he.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Deontay might defend it 5 times or 2 times. It doesn't matter. He's still winning the WBC belt.
Let me put something to you. When you and Anthony Joshua fought at the O2. There was a lot of interest in it, massive amount of interest in social media, grudge fight, and it was a real grudge fight. We discussed that. And just for anyone who missed it, Dylan said, no, they're not friends just because they've been in the ring, and why should he be? Just because he shared a ring with someone. If he doesn't like someone, he doesn't like them. That's fair enough. But I think that fight would have sold if you two were fighting for nothing but glory and money.
That fight.
Did it need any belts to sell it? I mean, you fought for a British title, cool.
That fight was not about title. That was about pride and bragging rights and everything. But it was to the British title. And we went to war for it, so imagine it was to the world title.
You think it would have been even bigger?
Of course it would have been even bigger.
Because of a belt? Because someone gave you a belt at the end of it? One of you?
Ben, you're being silly.
I'm not being silly.
You're being quite disrespectful to boxing as well, because
no way,
the belts is there for a reason.
What, for sanctioned bodies to make money? Well, how is that disrespectful to boxing?
I agree with you that sanctioned bodies make money, but to win a heavyweight title is something that you live with you forever. It's something that your kids can strive on and be proud of. My father was... How many kids can say my dad was WBC champion in the world or my dad was IBF champion in the world? None. There's not a lot of kids that can say that. So that's something that sediments your legacy. If I win a world title, which I will do, for the rest of the years, 100 million years ago, my family would say my great grandfather Dillian Whyte or whatever was heavyweight champion. That might motivate one of my siblings or my seeds to get into boxing and try and do one better than their granddad did.
I understand that. I appreciate that. I'll give you an example of dads. Then there's a guy called Alan Rudkin on Facebook. His dad was a very, very good fighter who fought for the world bantamweight title 3 times. Scouter, one of the guys who would have been a world champion a couple of times over, like Ricky Burns, who's around today. Yeah. There's a flip side to that argument that there are guys back in the day who never got afforded that kind of achievement because things were more real back then. I mean, I do understand your argument.
There's lots of guys that didn't get title shot because they was black or they didn't fit the criteria or because there was a different race or because they didn't follow protocol. You know?
Don't get me wrong, Dylan. In the 50s, which are the so-called good old days, there were all-time great fighters who got frozen out then and never got a shot. That wasn't right either. What I would like to see, if it was possible, would be a sense of one world champion in each division, but plenty of Super 6-style tournaments and big glamorous fights where you could all make lots of money, but you know, like, who's the number one, like in tennis or something like that. Is that madness or?
No, it's not. Listen, it's 6 to 1 and half a dozen of the other, isn't it? Because people agree with you, people agree with something else, people agree with me. That's how it goes. But I believe having more than 1 world titles is a good thing. What's wrong with having 3 top athletes in 1 division or 4? What's wrong with having 3 world champions? That's 4 guys for other up and coming fighters to aim at. I might go, I'm not ready for this guy yet, but I can beat this world champion, and in 2 fights I'll be ready to beat that guy.
Well, that's exactly the situation we have right now.
Yes, so that's a good thing. What's wrong with that?
Because it's
that gentleman overheard you.
Go on.
He thinks you're wrong.
Hey?
That gentleman overheard you.
What,
He
Dean?
thinks you're wrong.
What, Dean?
Dean.
We can have this one. It's Mark Tibbs putting these little
I don't know what the
pen
conversation's about, but
Yeah.
he told me you're wrong.
Well, this is why I feel it's wrong, right? Because it's not.
Linear champion. I don't think that makes sense.
Say again. No, never mind linear. Let's just talk about the best fighter in the world, like Golovkin, the middleweight champion of the world.
Yeah, but
Huh?
Styles make fights.
exactly.
It's always up for debate. You've got the same debate going on with 2 footballers now.
Exactly.
Being Wales in the West.
That's not the point, though. That is not the point. I'll give you a scenario. This is what it comes down to, right? I'm going to start a fish restaurant in Shoreditch. I'm going to give it a nice, trendy name, sophisticated place. I'm going to serve sardines on toast, but I'm going to call it lobster thermidor. Sardines on toast is all I'm going to serve. Straight, maybe a bit of Tabasco or Ancona sauce. Now listen,
Good luck with your restaurant.
But I'm going to call it my lobster thermidor, and I'm going to charge top dollar for it. And as long as I'm making money, is that okay?
Champion has beans on toast.
Hang on, let me hear this point. Hang on. I like to hear this point and then break them down. Go on, let me hear your point.
So suppose I was selling something very lowly based cuisine and selling it as high cuisine to the public who didn't know the difference, maybe because it didn't have a taste buds. Is it okay so long as we're all making money?
No. See, the thing is, people know quality. You understand?
Yeah.
I can eat 2 different sardines and tell you the difference.
Yes.
So
I can tell you the difference between.
I'll pay the money for it.
Well, I can tell you the difference between a WBA interim title or a regular title and what I regard as a more prestigious world title fight because I got them taste buds in boxing, and so have you.
Yeah,
you know the difference.
There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's going to make a living.
I understand that. But
living.
boxing used to be the most popular sport in the world.
Boxing is still the most popular sport in the world. Actually, football probably is.
It is in my house.
Football probably is the most popular sport in the world.
I don't want guys not to make money, and I don't want it not to be glamorous and big as possible.
Listen,
and this is golden today.
See what you're doing is you're trying to force your point across, and then when people make point, you try and lay in the middle and try and sit on the fence. I'm a boxer, so why would I disagree about all fighters making money and maximising the earning potential in boxing? I'm not disagreeing with that. My argument to you is, I agree with having more than 1 world title. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with having 2 or 3 world champion in 1 division? What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with having 3 different? What's wrong with having 3
I'm an
World Cup
heavyweight,
winners?
so I'm going to talk about the heavyweight division.
Go on, yeah, go.
If Vladimir have all the belts in Germany, both Klitschko brothers are all the belts in Germany. If you beat one, you also fight the other one in the rematch. I fight him straight away in the rematch. You have no choice in where you defend the belt, who you do. No, these things. See with boxing is it, Benny? You got to forget your pride and forget what you see. You got to go more deeper into boxing and look at things. This contract that says if you beat me, you got to fight my brother. So if you beat me, you're gonna give me an immediate rematch. That's not. That's what I'm saying. So if they're different world champion, he gets okay, that's fine. I'll fight him then.
So you're
I'll
saying
go and
it's a
fight him and
win-win
beat him and defend
situation?
my belt against whosoever.
So you're saying it's a win-win situation?
Of course it is.
Who's your favourite fighter of all time?
I ain't got a favorite fighter of all time.
You don't
I look at different fighters and I take different things to them.
Yeah.
I like Muhammad Ali's movement.
Yeah, I've seen
I like
it
Joe
today.
Frazier's courage. I like Josh Foreman's power. I like Ron Lyle's aggressiveness and tenacity.
Mm-hmm.
I like what's the guy's name? Sugar Ray Robinson.
Of course.
I
You
like
watching?
Thomas. I like different. So I haven't got a favorite fight. I like Joe Kawasaki's work rate. You know, I like Carl Froch's courage and his toughness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That deep. So I haven't got a favorite fighter. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
So
what you're gonna do.
If you're a student of the game, you watch a lot of boxing.
I do watch a lot of boxing.
Yeah.
Probably not as much as I should now because busy with trying to launch my own career and take my own career off the ground and stuff. So probably not as much as I should. But you know, I watch a lot of fights.
Do you consider yourself a fan as well as a fighter?
I'm a massive boxing fan.
Because have you met a few
Massive
people?
boxing fan.
Sometimes you meet fighters who are not interested in it. Do you think that's a bit odd?
I think some fighters get it's like anything. If you have a 9 to 5 and it's a dead end job you don't want to be in and you're going to sitting at the desk every day, you get bored of it. But if you're excited about your job and you're thinking, oh, I can't wait to get to the desk tomorrow, you're looking into it. You're passionate about it, and that's me. I'm passionate about boxing.
And what another thing I've noticed is that one defeat on your record has not dented you even a little bit, has it?
Listen,
some fighters that slump
if
after
you're a
defeat.
man and you live in the real world, you know the only time you fail is when you get knocked down and you don't get up. You get knocked down, you get up. Why would one defeat change me? Why would one defeat? And the thing is, I defeat myself in that fight.
Yeah.
That's it. I could have sat down in the third round, call it a day when my coach wanted me to. I said no, I'm gonna come out and fight.
Did
One
he
defeat can't change me. I'm a
talk
warrior.
about retiring?
My coach said to me, listen, I'm going to pull you out because your shoulder is gone. And I said, no, my shoulder's not gone. My shoulder's out. And he said, your shoulder's gone. I'm going to give you one more round. And I said, listen, you can't do that. I said, you can't rob the fans of a good fight. No chance.
Warrior
no
mentality.
chance.
Okay, someone's asked you a question. Stuart Hamilton asks, if David Haye doesn't fight Shannon Briggs, would you be willing to step in and fight Briggs? Silly question, I think.
Listen, I'll fight anyone. As long as it makes financial sense to me and my coach thinks I'm ready and in progress my career forward. But I'll fight David Haye any day of the week. I don't care. I'll fight anyone. I'll fight anyone. That's the thing. I'll fight anyone. If they give me enough time to prepare, I'll jump in there and have it with anyone. I don't care.
I don't doubt that for
I've
one
even
second.
said to Shannon Briggs, if David Haye don't want to fight you, I'll fight you. I'll fight you December. I said that already. When everybody is saying they don't want to fight him, I said I'll fight you December. Anthony Talva said he wants to fight me. I'll fight him.
I'm already wrapping up. I know exactly what I'm doing, and that was going to be the last question. He finished on a good soundbite. Listen, Dillian Body Snatcher White, thanks very much for your time today. Absolute
No worries,
dynamite.
Ben.
Be lucky. Thank you.
No worries.